Hello. Well, here we are, week 2 of the CoronaVideo, the coronavirus or COVID-19, and I hope you've had a more successful week. Last time I suggested 3 things. Remember, keep a structure, a timetable, and stick to it. Choose your information sources, whether they're from the social media or print media, and just make sure that you have a trusted source, and keep in contact, because it's very easy to get isolated in these sorts of days. Now, the figures of those with diagnoses of the virus and those who are dying are going up, and that's likely to continue. Even when the numbers become stable, there will still be a lot of people who are being diagnosed with the virus and who are dying before it comes down, but it will come down. Last week, I suggested that the reason why I was perhaps relaxed was because I'd been through something similar with the AIDS crisis. Now, that's quite a dramatic event to have lived through. And yet, you know, we all have traumas of our own. We all have events in our life that prepare us for times like these. Perhaps not exactly, but they do give us skills, resources, and experiences that very often we forget. And when I teach people resilience, one of the exercises I ask them to do is to think back in their life, to think when they've been through trauma. Now, what could trauma mean? You might have been in hospital. A loved one close to you might have died. You could have been in some kind of car accident or some kind of hurt to yourself or to a loved one, and yet you got through it. And what I suggest that you do is just jot down a few things in your life, the stresses and strains that you've survived, the events that you've worked through. As a young teenager, of course, we had the IRA bombs. Then we all had 9/11. So how did you get through that? What stories did you tell yourself or your children or your family or your workers that allowed you to engage with the events that were happening and to live, survive, and thrive through them? Just jot down a few ideas about what it is you thought, how you felt, and then think about those now and share those with your family, with your friends, with your partner. Remind yourself of the skills that you have, of the experiences that you have. Because most of us prioritize the negative in our life. And that's a kind of evolutionary development. It's to protect us so that we stay away from bad things. But bad things often happen to us. And what we need is a store of resources, a store of experiences that tell us and remind us that we have skills, that we can get through this. And I'm reminded of various airplane accidents where in fact it has been suggested or researched that the reason why people survived airline crashes is that they expected to survive them. They expected to live, and expectancy is really important. So have a look back through your experiences, notice what you notice what you did in order to get through that event and in the days and weeks afterwards. Remember, trauma is defined by you. It's your experience that matters. Remember what you did, remember how you felt, re-access that, get into that state of surviving, of thriving, of living on, and then look at what's happening today. Because from this point, this grounded point of security and expertise, the expectancy of getting through the coronavirus pandemic will be heightened. You'll feel more comfortable, you'll sleep better, and your responses to the news will be better as well. And you and your family and your friends will come through this. It's still going to get tough, but it soon will be over. And that's what we need to look at. How we use our existing resources, build upon them, and live through this time together. Have a great week. I hope week 3 beds down, becomes a bit more secure, a bit more familiar, that the structures fit in, that the expectancy, the rhythm of life begins to get familiar, and we can all enjoy the lives that we have, simply waiting for the time when this is over. If you have any questions, do email me at the address here as always. Otherwise, I'll look forward to talking with you again next week. Have a great week. Take care now.